can't believe I'm saying this, but it is time for my 2025 preseason college volleyball rankings. And just like every year, I will say no one, and I mean no one, knows anything in the preseason, especially with more and more transfers. But for the fun of it, let's go through my preseason Power 10. I don't think you can argue who the top two teams in the country are, Penn State and Nebraska, but you can argue the order. It was hard for me to move the reigning champs out of the one spot because usually I like to respect the champs, but Nebraska looks like the most complete and dangerous roster we've seen in a long time. Absolutely loaded top to bottom. Danny Busboom Kelly at the helm now, and not a single player left the program. Harper Murray, Andy Jackson, and Becca Alec could be one of the best middle duos in the country. Bergen Riley, one of the best backcourt defenses, insanely talented freshmen, I might add. I'm picking the Huskers at number 1 preseason. I almost kept Penn State at number 1 because while they did lose Jess Merzick, Taylor Trammell, they brought in one of the best players in the country in Kennedy Martin. Martin on the right side with arguably the best setter I think there is in the country, and Izzy Stark could be an unreal connection. Not to mention they bring back Jillian Grimes and Caroline Juravicius. I have Texas at number 3 because wow, do they look good on paper. The Longhorns loaded up in the portal with Tori Stafford now joining as one of the faces of the program, one of the most talented and proven outside hitters. They also brought in some more big-time transfers like Ramsey Gary and Anna Kujundjic to make for one dangerous backcourt, and then they've got strong pieces on offense. All right, after the top 3, I think it could be a toss-up. Pitt's at 4 for me, though, which some may consider high, some low. They bring back the National Player of the Year in Olivia Babcock, but definitely have some big shoes to fill with the loss of Rachel Fairbanks, Emmy Klicka, and Stafford. They made some moves in the portal, and I'm excited to see Emery Dupes as well as Mallory Myers step up defensively. So definitely question marks, but with Babcock, Bree Kelly, and Ryla Jones back, I'm still pretty high on the Panthers. Wisconsin's at 5. Sarah Franklin is a big loss, but I think we see Charlie Furbringer reach new heights this season. And with the addition of Mimi Collier as a huge offensive piece and Carter Booth primed for what could be her best season yet. Kentucky at 6, I almost put them higher. Eva Hudson and Brooklyn DeLay could be one of the best outside duos in the country this season. I'm so pumped to see how this Kentucky squad comes together. At 7, I have Stanford. Cami Minor, similar to Pitt, is a big loss. But the Cardinal bring back Elia Rubin, E. Parkert, and Jordan Harvey. Those last 2 names I mentioned, I think will grow even more this season. A few options at setter here, and I'm excited to see star incoming freshman Logan Parks. At 8, Louisville takes the biggest drop of any team that competed in the semifinals last year, especially since they made it to the national championship. But it's definitely a huge loss to lose Anna DeBeer, Charity Looper, PK, Elena Scott, and your head coach all in one offseason. Granted, they bring back one of the best setters in the country in Naelis Cabello, brought in Chloe Chacoin to bolster the offense, and I know Dan Meskey will have this team in tip-top shape in no time. Last 2 teams were tough choices. I liked Texas A&M, UCLA, and SMU all the same for the final 2 spots. Ultimately, I ended up going with Texas A&M at 9, UCLA at 10. The Aggies are a team that should be on everyone's radar this season. They certainly made waves in the tournament last year, upsetting ASU, then pushing Wisconsin to 5, and they bring back some serious star power with Logan Lednicki and Ifena Kasakpala. And finally at 10, there isn't a team I'm more excited to see than UCLA, an Olympic caliber coach who brought in some of the biggest names in the portal. Maggie Lee on the outside is a baller. Pegron Kong, Mariana Singletary from Texas, and Lola Schumacher from Wisconsin. That's a talented lineup, and even more so, an experienced one. Sure, they're unproven, which is why they're at 10, but it's hard to argue with their potential. SMU was my first team out, and just by an inch as they yet again brought in a talented lineup out of the portal led by Avery Carlson. I'm so excited to see that team come together. All right, chat it up in the comments and let me know how you would pick the preseason top 10 teams in the country. It's volleyball season.